What up YouTube, it's Missouri, it's Company. In this video, we are looking at the future of Diablo Immortal. More specifically, what can we expect in Diablo Immortal in 2023? Now, a lot of people have already covered this Reddit post that came out 6 days ago, literally a week by the time you're watching this video. However, I had a lot of pre-recorded videos because I had a very busy week at work. But now that I'm caught up and I am making new content for Diablo Immortal, new to me, I guess you could say, but I do want to go ahead and cover this and give you my own spin on it. So let's get straight into the information. So like I said, this is the community lead for Diablo for Blizzard that focuses on Diablo Immortal that posted on Reddit. Like I said, literally 6 days ago by the time of this recording, 7 or 8 days by the time you see this video. Because like I said, I do pre-batch all of my recording because I do have a very, very busy life between kids, family, and work and everything else. That's life. But shout out to Datamine ARPG. I do follow him on Twitter and I have my alerts turned on so I can get notifications like this. So as soon as he tweeted it, that is how I found out about the post. Unfortunately, it didn't make it to the Reddit recap, but here is how I found out about it. Shout out a little here to Echo Gaming. And that is how he also found out. And he shouts out the fact that Datamine ARPG also mentioned all of this stuff several months ago, which is very true, which is more reason why you should follow him on Twitter. All right, so let's jump into the actual data itself. So like I said, so this is a community lead at Blizzard that posted this, racing into 2023, the flames of the burning hell. Okay, we don't need to cover all of the dramatic intro, but let's talk about what they are talking about. So it says, in the meantime, here are some additional additions to Diablo Immortal we plan to deliver this year. So we don't get specific timelines, but we do know that this is everything they have in store for us in the next basically 11 months. So it says in 2022, we released 2 major updates that added a new zone, dungeon, enemy types, and much more. This year we plan to release 4 major updates containing improvements to clans, in-game social features, and gameplay, which is also introducing a new class and Heliquary bosses. So obviously the 4 major updates checks out. It makes a lot of sense considering that the game's been out for about, like I said, 6 months at this point. So yeah, this makes sense that, basically in a full year, we're going to be getting twice as much content. That checks out. I do like that they also they are confirming the new class. So for all intents and purposes, this is basically the Blood Knight that we've come to expect. Some people, Datamine RPG actually mentioned that Tempest is also in the data files, but there's less information on it. So that leads me to believe at least that that is maybe a future class that they're still working on, whereas the Blood Knight has been in the game for a while now. So that is what my guess is. Moving on, it says narrative edition. Sanctuary is a land plagued by constant demonic threat. Simultaneously, the world stone shards force sudden and violent change to the landscape on a whim. This year, Immortal's narrative will continue to grow through the new main quest line and side quests that further develop Sanctuary inhabitants. Basically, a lot of new stuff coming to the game from main quest to side quest. Not confirming anything specifically here, but that is very, very exciting that we're just getting new content, which is always good and appreciated. So then it says ever evolving gameplay. Core to the Diablo experience is its moment-to-moment gameplay, making quick-witted choices to decimate droves of demons as you continue to enrich your character's build with Sanctuary's most powerful gear. We will continue to release new legendary items to broaden class build options. To add to our gameplay variety, we plan to introduce a new competitive mode and fishing activities. So I forgot who it was, but somebody said it's not an ARPG unless there's fishing. Well, there you go, fishing. Obviously, I hope that this could be just a grindless end that you get maybe cosmetics or something for. I don't really understand like the idea behind adding a fishing activity. If you like fishing and you want to do it in a video game, then it's coming. But a new competitive mode is very, very exciting. That is something that I think we all could agree on that we desperately need in Diablo Immortal. Lots of changes coming to Diablo Immortal this year. We hope you're ready to take in everything as it releases. As always, we welcome your feedback and questions. Take a minute to provide any thoughts and let us know what you're more excited for. We'll see you in Sanctuary. Now, before I get to the comments, because I do actually want to cover just like the sort of hot comments, which I have not seen any of them as of yet. So hopefully this will be interesting. But what this does to me is this confirms that Diablo Immortal is going to continue after Diablo 4. This was not something that they worked on to be a buffer between Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. This is going to be a standalone game for them that obviously has been profitable, and they want to maintain that profitability by introducing a new class, which we all want, as well as a new competitive mode that is massive. That confirms in a lot of ways that they want to keep Diablo Immortal not just a profit opportunity, but they also want to keep it as a great addition to the Diablo family as for their fan base, which obviously had a very rough beginning, but I think we're in a really good spot now. I personally am really enjoying the game. So let's look at the comments really quickly. Oh, wow. Okay, this one is very popular. So here are my current ideas on where/how simple data / information sharing would drastically increase the fun factor. Interesting. Vault kill equals /death log. They show it on screen, but have it in your log also, mainly on your kills. Interesting. And add a what killed me in your log, showing the last hit damage and how much of an overkill it was for all content. I totally agree, especially when it comes to PvP. I think that'd be a really nice option there. Have an endless mode stat report as an option at the end of mode, showing monsters killed, damage done, etc. Okay. This would help encourage better builds and use of the new legendary items as they come up with just defensive mode. Okay. Add a target dummy for testing builds. God, yes. I mean, I would spend hours, literally hours, when I used to play World of Warcraft, just hitting a dummy so I could practice my rotation, make sure that my build was good compared to different build options that I had available. Like, that was a thing. So I think a dummy would be perfect. It would also answer a lot of questions as to what builds are best. A lot of it is you're going to a dungeon, but then you have 3 other people. Even if you go by yourself, like, are you timing trash? There's so many different layers to it, and this would just eliminate all of it and be just a really good option. Sure, you can do a challenge rift looking for a simple target dummy, please. Honestly, this one is very much underrated in my opinion, because even a challenge rift, it's very unlikely you're going to get the same exact challenge rift, so it's not going to feel like a true apples to apples comparison when you're trying to compare builds. Allow you to see a combat log in my log and remove gold, XP, etc. Make it more customizable. Meh. Show BG score format similar to Rite of Exile BG instead of just have kills, death, assist. Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice, especially this person, Long Jumping Sun, definitely plays a lot of PvP. They have the DPS meter for the IZ event. Add a full report for each raid as an optional feature. I love this idea a great deal. I love this. Again, going back to my WoW days, people want to be competitive, and honestly, this is something that is very, very easy to add. It obviously exists in the game, but it would also add, in my opinion, more people would spend money, because you're going to be in a situation where you can see how well you're doing compared to your raid mates or your warband, and people are going to want to be the best. So I think that would be a very passive way to add fun competitive spirit to the game, while also probably adding a monetary value to Blizzard. Have a report summary for challenge rifts, agreed. Have a report summary for purge of deaths, also agree. This isn't about loot or gems, just in-game data being more available. Yeah, I mean, this is totally right. I mean, this is a stuff that would be relatively easy to implement. Obviously, most of it exists in game. It's just changing the way that we see it. I'm not going to go into the rest of them. This is obviously by far one of the bigger ones that was the most upvoted. So yeah, this is basically confirming Diablo Immortal is not going anywhere, and I am super happy with that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this confirms the Blood Knight, or are we getting just a totally new class and the Blood Knight was bait? Personally, I think we're getting the Blood Knight, and I hope this is one of the first major update that we get of the 4 that we're getting, because man, I would love to get my hands on a new class. That sounds like so much fun. Well, let me know what you're looking forward to the most, and yeah, until next time, guys, lock it in.